Dio is on winner's side and some person is on loser's side. If some person can win a best of 5, he will end up resetting the bracket, and if Dio happens to win this best of 5, it will be the tournament with Dio as the winner. Honestly, I'm wondering what's gonna happen here. Some person's got to pull out all the stops, man.
Yeah, I agree. Like, Daioutzu is a consistently strong player on a very powerful character. So it's going to be tough for some person to like get out from underneath that. Throwing out early special, and Daioutzu, you know, catching his own special, punting it, getting reduced hit lag to send a straight ball right at some person.
I'm already seeing what you're talking about. Dio trying to pressure some poor person into the corner, force him to have lower options, force him to make bad decisions. Just try and end up with a situation where if somebody's keeping it in the corner to keep themselves having a strong combo going, Dio doesn't care. Dio says, okay, well then you'll lose positioning, you'll lose space to move, and that will only help me once I get a return, which so far he's proven he's consistent at getting returns on pretty much any character.
Yeah, in addition, some person... Oh my god, that was an incredible charge. To go back to my original thought, some person is not getting like a lot of conversions on his specials. So right here, opts for the parry extend to get the KO there. But yeah, like, some person has like a lot of different special setups that he's not getting a lot of options to do because Daioutzu will just grab it or like play safe around it. Both players flexing their parry muscles. Daioutzu down throw mix-up. Very good. Some person, you know, it's something some person has displayed like all tournament. He's got very good timing when it comes to balls coming right at him.
Also, the down butt takes that, and so far I've yet to see some person grab on Dio, and we might see that happen, or we might not, because potentially,
there we go.
That's a really bad situation for some person, because if he fails a grab like that, that's going to incentivize him to do those less. And honestly, some person's main mix-up that he's got going into this, or the main difference between some person and everyone else in this bracket that we've seen so far, is those grabs on parries. And if he's incentivized to not go for them, he'll play scared, and he'll end up in a situation where he can't actually overcome Dio's solid game plan of backing him into the corner with a parry. Wow. Yeah. Okay.
The end of that stock right there is like a Daioutzu classic, where he will special into himself and you'll think you can beat it, but he manages to hit it every time, and because you're already throwing out a swing animation, he knows he's safe to parry you.
A little bit of panic coming out from some person there. He was throwing out neutrals in the corner, and that's going to be game 1 in favor of Dio. Dio? I was trying to say Dio and Daioutzu at the same time, and it came out as Dio.
Dio!
Okay. All right, let's see how this goes. No switches coming out, no color counter picks either.
Yeah, you know, I didn't join the lobby early, so he doesn't have to worry about playing against green player.
Yeah, so I honestly think Dio versus green matchup it's by all of our data, it's worse. Like he's worse against green than he is against blue.
That is true. All right, Daioutzu opting for the special, keeps it on the wall, playing ball control, and he's oddly enough speeding up the ball. So a little confused about that. Some person able to capitalize and get that stock.
Dio has never sped up the ball in his life. That's why we're so confused. In fact, I don't even think he knows what the concept is. He just finds other players doing it.
I don't think he understands what fast means.
No, I think he does. Look at his inputs. There's a solid straight angle that leads directly into some person's skull. We might be playing a game about an anti-gravity baseball, but keep in mind, kill speed is 150 miles an hour, and anything past that is very, very deadly as well.
That is true. Some person has very good ball control right now. I just want to comment on that. One thing is he's not like capitalizing on it. Like, so he's kept the ball speed really low, and Daioutzu is able to just like punish him.
Speaking of which, Daioutzu actually proving I'll grab your parries if you're not gonna grab my parries. Wow, what a call out. Catching the get up attack. Some person not going to do it a second time, yeah. I think
not even. Oh man, that charge though. Daioutzu perfect spacing on it. Wrong read on that situation, but man, that charge was incredible. And Daioutzu is also doing a lot of, what I talk about with timing mix-ups. He's catching the ball after it hits the wall to, mess up someone's swing. He's throwing it down. A couple stocks ago, he walked past the ball to incentivize someone to do a normal get-up attack, or a normal get-up attack, and it was like a hit.
Honestly, I'm just interested to see how some person is going to deal with more of Daio's shenanigans, because on Daio's serve, he gets control going and strong. However, some person actually stealing it back. Ball in the far corner. Some person disengaging almost entirely once Daio approached it. Interesting. Into the spec. This is not a good situation. Cornered.
Yeah, and that's one of the things Daioutzu likes to capitalize. Like, it's like, oh, I hit you once, I'm gonna keep the pressure on, so you are forced to make a bad decision. And some person opted for standard get up versus get up attack or one get up, which Daioutzu was able to just punish with another swing on wake up.
Second game in favor of Daio. Actually, that was a bit interesting, because the one thing that I really would have liked to see from some person there was he double bubbled and then did possibly a very standard strategy of essentially turning around and firing it straight back at your opponent. And Daio seemed to be the least phased by that he possibly could be. He didn't mind at all.
Daioutzu grabbing special. And that's one of the things with like jet special. Eventually you'll get into a rhythm and people will be able to anticipate when you're going to do it and how they can grab out of it. That was very smart. Some person opting to not do anything, just let that ball coast into Daioutzu. It already had a parry shield on it, so there was no incentive to hit it, especially with Daioutzu at such low health.
Bringing it to the top of the screen there, Daio. And some person down a stock. I mean, again, he proved in the last game that he can keep the stock counts relatively even, but it's just whenever Daio gets control and starts getting his opponent into the corner, you just feel like it's an oppressive no-win situation. And strangely enough, some person's still handling despite that to some degree.
Good turnaround, able to catch that and make a conversion, get some ball control.
He's playing with his food.
Yeah.
Let's be real. Daio's playing with his food right there. Okay, come on, Daio.
Yeah, I mean he is more or less, but like I mean all of it was like setting up. Like I said, Daioutzu's a very calculating player. He likes to trip people up. Some person opting not to move in on it, so Daioutzu's like, okay, well if they're not going to move into this, I need to position it so I can get it behind you.
This is actually tournament stock for Daio right now. If he can seal this out. Moving a little bit faster into the straight angle near the top of the screen. Long hit pause. Some person managing to get the down button, and Daio still having to fight.
Yes, some person, like I said.
Oh, hold on, this is a very dangerous situation. Some person actually at kill speed right now.
Yeah, one thing some person needs to do is utilize good positioning to his advantage.
Catching
high speed. If he's able to do like tap charges and things like that, and he's able to anticipate actions, as long as Daioutzu can't convert like any of these hits into a stock, then he's gonna win. But
speaking of winning, that's Daio. That's Daio sealing it up. Dude, I was panicking that entire last stock. That was crazy. The speed at which they were moving at, and both players still returning each other time and time again until finally some person manages to mistime his turnaround.
Yeah, the moment,
how unfortunate.
The moment Daioutzu specialed there and I saw it hit the corner, I was like, this is fate right here. Where like there's two realities. The universe split into two realities. One where Daioutzu goes straight to the corner, and one where Daioutzu brings it down the wall. The corner, some person catches it, and the game goes on a little bit further. But going straight down the wall, some person's timing was going to be mixed up. So, yeah, that was a very good game. Some person put up a hell of a fight. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about that tournament set.
Honestly, there was Daio saying GG, I could bunt a lot in chat. Yeah, no, that was a lot of honestly Dio's oppressive control. Some person managing to hang on there, but I'm impressed with a lot of the sets that we saw Dio play, because the first one against Ulti was very, very different pace, different tempo. It felt like Dio was really, like, you know, getting punched as much as he was punching, you know, swinging. And honestly, eventually he kind of eked it out. But in this case, Dio,
he was in complete control.
He was in very strong control, and of course, no disrespect to some person, he's phenomenal. He got to grand finals. It's just he doesn't seem to really get anything out of playing against Dio, kind of understanding how to counter him. Looks like. Give me a moment to check out some little bits of what's going on with the Discord, but yeah.
Yeah, overall, very good tournament. Good turnout on it. A lot of people played. A lot of unexpected results. Not necessarily huge upsets, but I feel like huge upsets are something for a larger community base. Whereas with Lethal League, the community is not super huge, but it gets very, very small when you subsection it down to just like Europe or North America or Australia. And the skill gap is a lot smaller between that. So we don't see huge upsets, but we do see like a lot of surprising outcomes is the terms I would say.
Yeah, and so far, I do want to say that Dio, coming in first place, he will receive a minimum of 27 USD and possibly more. The Matcherino is still growing, believe it or not, as we're talking. And yeah, no, those were some phenomenal sets. I think my favorite out of that was definitely Dio Ulti, winners final.
100%. That was I think that was
so
the
crazy
tournament.
Yeah, there were a couple of other cool ones as well. Hangboy and Bob was pretty interesting. Definitely a different pace from something like Dio Ulti. As you can see, if you're not so familiar with Blaze, the speed at which this game moves can depend very heavily on the players playing and the matchup being played, and a lot of different play styles are viable. You can be slower, you can be faster, you can go for aggression, you can go for safe play, but I don't know, it's a fighting game. It's up to what you do, so.
Yeah. The one thing that has like constantly surprised me about Lethal League and Lethal League Blaze in general has been that the meta and play styles that people have like shifted, not solely based on like patch updates. There have been like a few that have definitely boosted characters in one way or the other, but a lot of the game is very subjective to like how you want to play it and what you're capable of doing.
Yeah.
In 2015, you know, people bunting against the wall to get people off of the wall was a strategy that was like developed and like utilized a lot back then. You know, baiting out people's swings is something that came a little bit later. People caring about positioning and people like being aggressive. These are all things that people didn't realize were capable. When I first joined the community, people looked at Candyman, they were like, oh, you can't be aggressive with this character. But I looked at that character and I was like, I have slow movement speed, I have slow top speed. My only option is to be aggressive with this character, because if my opponent gets away from me, I'm not going to be able to catch up with them.
Definitely. And honestly, it just comes back to the idea that, like, again, it's game has a lot to it. It's so simple. You get like 3 buttons: swing, bunt, and grab, and I guess jump if you want to count that too. Like, that's it. And the game is so complicated despite that. It's got a lot of technical stuff going on. However, stream is going to be closing down in a moment. I'm cutting us off in just a second here because we're going to be hosting the ARMS side of the FellowsTV Open Circuit. If you guys want to go check that out, ARMS is really cool. I recommend you do at least tune in and check it out. Just see what's up. Yes, that game still has a competitive scene. That sounds insulting when I word it like that, but seriously, it's kind of cool. We're gonna head to the outro, and then we're gonna be hosting them. Thank you guys for tuning in. This has been FellowsTV Open Circuit number 2. If you want to catch these VODs later, if you missed any of the action, you can check that out on Defer, the FellowsTV YouTube channel. And aside from that, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you later. And Monk, have any closing words?
Yeah, no, I mean, keep playing Lethal League. The game needs people to support it. I don't know what the future of the community looks like, but I'm going to try and grow it as much as I can. I'm trying to get Lethal League hosted a Combo Breaker 2019. I'm actually going to message the TO about that sometime soon. If I ever get any updates about that, I will let the community know. I want to see this game featured at different live events. I want people to get tournament experience that they may not have ever had the opportunity to have, because 2015 was Combo Breaker 2015 to this day is one of my favorite tournament experiences, and I believe it was because of the Lethal League community that I met out there. Tixel, Shuffle, Diplo, all those cool people, and I want to give people the opportunity to meet other people like that. So, if you want to support me in my endeavor, reach out to the Hatto at on Twitter. Ask him about Lethal League, and let's see if we can build a game together.
Yeah, and I guess that's going to be about it. If you want to catch Monk, my co-commentator and the guy who knows this game pretty damn well, catch him over on his Twitch page at MonkHB. You can catch me on Twitter at BitFlu if you guys see that stuff on screen. And with that, I think we're going to be closing it down. Have a good afternoon, night. I don't know. You guys are EU. I'm in NA. All right. See you guys later.
Take care, everyone. Have a good life.